right. Hello, chat. How's it going? I saw we got a Corbanos raid. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. We are here for a week 2 match. So these guys have only played one match so far. Our first competitor on the left here is going to be Automatt. Hello.
Hello, welcome.
What's up? And on the right is Eliborate. Hello.
Hello.
It's people just call you Eli for sure, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Is that just
Still I'm Eli.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Automatt is coming off of a 1-0 win, and Eli is 0-1. Searching for that win today. It's gonna be a good one, and you know what? It's gonna be an even better match today because the first seed, we're coming in hot. It's a Monument seed. Oh, everyone loves it. God, everyone's so hyped for Monument. So. Yeah, you guys will rules are a tiny bit different. You just want to enter the scouting seed and locate the stronghold first. Locate the stronghold first. You can throw an eye, and that direction will point you to majority ocean travel. There will be a monument along somewhere along that line, and there should be only red biomes once you enter the nether. So with that, you guys know the drill. And oh, I forgot to mention BGR's here. I'm so sorry. BGR's commentating with me. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
I totally forgot. Ben's here. We made a little impromptu avatar for Ben with the relay art. So Ben is here to commentate. Okay, you guys know the drill. So with that, you guys can begin the scouting in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty then.
Deafened. We are good to go. Yes. It is the Monument seed. Don't we just love monuments, Ben?
I do not. And I'm sure that throughout the scouting phase, we will delve into the different reasons for that. But
that is true. Yeah, Ben helped out a lot with the seed testing. And it's pretty happy, I would say, in general, with a lot of the Bastion seeds. Very unhappy with the Monument ones, though.
Monuments in general, they're interesting, I think, for actual RSG. I think it definitely gives a potential route. They're not particularly that consistent, which is why people lean more towards their fast never entry into hopeful structures, but they have potential, and these runs should show the potential, like the time you can get if you manage to high roll on this sort of strategy.
Yeah. And I think the real hatred comes from I'll start a prediction after this. I think the real hatred comes not from the monument itself. I think we all understand that getting 8 gold blocks in like 30 seconds is actually pretty sick. It's really getting the piglins. Like bastions have predetermined routes where you can get like 6 to 10 dudes trading very consistently and get free obsidian quickly from chests. But yeah, with the monument, we all love the gold blocks. We all love the monuments themselves. It's just having to find piglins and getting that set up and dealing with that obnoxiousness. I think everyone just kind of hates it. There are different methods. I like the difficulty that monuments bring, and having to figure out how to do trades at the same time as blazes. I think it's fun, but yeah, we'll see how they do. That's the real make or break for runs in monuments.
Yeah, it also presents a different challenge with the actual scouting portion, because it's a lot more based on overworld travel, which is a lot more functional distance compared to the Nether. With the Nether, you're provided the set seed, you have a certain range that the Bastion and Fortress is going to be into. You only have to travel a few hundred blocks, and then you never travel your entire way to the Stronghold. Whereas with this, you've got likely 1,400 blocks in the overworld. Even with ocean travel, there's a lot of variation there, a lot of decisions to be made by both of the runners.
Yeah, it is a little bit boring from time to time. Ocean travel about 1,400 blocks is going to take you 2 minutes no matter how you look at it. Even if you're getting dolphins the entire way, it's about a 2-minute journey. Most of the time you're going to be doing shipwrecks, boating on and off, so it's going to take you sometimes 3 to 4 minutes. But, you know, a lot of these seeds are ocean exposed strongholds, and we see both players entering the nether pretty soon. I think we saw a really close monument which is good for a couple reasons. Number one, you could do the monument, get in nether quickly, and that way you have, potentially other stuff to help you out the rest of the run. Maybe some blocks from the fortress, maybe some pearls to throw. It's always nice to get nether sooner rather than later. And if you die, you can reset faster. But also, if you can get 10 obsidian somehow, which we've seen a few times, entering nether sooner gives you the option to nether travel and save a lot of time.
Automatt looks like he's trying to use a command, but not quite figuring it out correctly and just opting for the spawn eggs this time to check his barters.
Oh no, did he not was he not able to get the command?
He was not. Just opting for the spawn eggs, going to check the barters whilst he has a look around the fortress.
That's fair.
Going to be, preset hotbar with the sharpness blaze rod, nice efficiency.
Very nice.
Going to be checking his rates as well. Don't believe I've seen either runner make their way to the stronghold yet. Not sure if it's ocean exposed completely, or how many eyes it is even. The information might be better that to check for 5 rods if it is a 2-eye or more.
Yeah, probably want to go stronghold first. I think that was a pretty good blaze right there. I don't think it was that many. And I also saw fairly early pearl trade, which can be pretty nice. There's a lot of fire resistance potions. Gee, that's a lot of fire res. Wow. Oh, how much obsidian is that?
That's 10 obsidian.
Shot. Was that 10 obsidian just from that? I don't know if he looted any other chests.
I don't believe he did.
That's
definitely
wow.
So potentially this is where checking your barters can come in clutch, because if he gets into the nether as soon as possible, he will be able to nether travel, which compared to ocean travel is good. Ocean travel's great. Like, it's the second best compared to nether travel. As we see, Eli has spotted the stronghold and it is ocean exposed.
It is. He peeked in there for a millisecond. I think it's just a 1-eye. But the ocean exposed is nice. And yeah, Matt, I think, having a nice lead in this scouting because he did his barters first. So he's still got another 4 minutes to figure out his route, knowing that he gets 10 obsidian. He might not even opt to. I don't know if the monument is actually... there might be different options. I don't know if the monument is... Yeah, that one actually looks very close to Stronghold. In that case, there's no opportunity for nether travel at all. So that would be unfortunate. But yeah, there is a data pack installed. So the runners will get the same barters in the same order. But those barters were originally determined based off of vanilla RNG. So there's a 4% chance when you trade 8 gold blocks, it gets you 10 obsidian. And so... I guess they're just hitting the 4% chance. These were unaltered obsidian rates. So it's kind of nuts. But it happens.
Yeah, definitely even within the data pack, there is potential for high roll, as Eli will be checking the trades on his end. I think one of the keys here will be how good you can position your nether entry, because you want to be able to get it in a good proximity to the fortress whilst also having piglin trading options. If you can have piglins in render whilst you're doing your blazes, then that's a lot of time saved. So it'll be interesting to see if they check multiple entry spots to see if they can get close to the fortress and a more optimal route.
Yeah, really the one of the only advantages of monument strategy over bastions is the rest of the run is kind of clunky and pretty challenging, but the huge advantage is you can task overlap 2 of the most time-consuming tasks in a 116 run, the getting pearls and getting blaze rods. So I still hold that a monument run could potentially be the fastest run of the tournament. I don't know. You'd have to pick the seed very well. It would have to be a very close to start monument. There would have to be the ability to get 10 obsidian, and you would have to spawn very close to the fortress in a Crimson. I think spawning in with like 4 or 5 render distance in a Crimson pretty much guarantees you're going to get 4 piglins trading your golds very quickly. Like I do that quite a lot, and it's a pretty reliable tactic. I see people coming in with higher render distances, and that's when you can kind of get in trouble. It spawns a bunch of crap really far away from you.
I do agree that Monument has potential for speed. I disagree that it could. I disagree with the 20 best potential, but very good seed for 20 best potential.
It would have to
But
be
I also
really
think
good.
we have to factor in that, especially when it comes to this format of Scouting Route, most of these runners are well drilled on their Nether bastions. Like they're never routing their bastion, their fortress, making decisions based on terrain and in that sort of area, and then just obby traveling into the stronghold. I think the monuments, especially with being a lesser part of this tournament, it's 1 seed per player. I don't think that many people will have put too much time into this, so I would not be surprised to have these be a weaker showing than we can expect from the participants going forward.
True, very well put. When you're in a tournament and 90% of the gameplay is bastions and 10% is monuments, it's really not too much of a loss if you don't practice monuments at all and you lose that seed. It's really, I understand the strategy. So it's unfortunate. Oh, what is Automatt doing? Nice. It's 10 Obsidian.
Alright, that's definitely the best use of 10 Obsidian that we'll be seeing.
Beautiful.
Actually, only 9 has 1 spare for the 1 cycle.
All right, here we go. Seed 1, Automatt versus Eli, and it's going to be their monument seed. A good chunk of land here before the big ocean hits, which is kind of nice. You can get plenty of wood and even get some animals to supplement your food. So not actually too big of a deal that there's a bit of a land mass here. So I think plenty of buried treasure, plenty of shipwreck to work with. I think this monument is unfortunately very far. So they are going to be boating a while before they get to the monument. Yeah, and like you said, Ben, because people probably aren't practicing this much, which is totally reasonable, we are still, debating exactly what seeds we should give in the bracket to make it most fun for the runners and the viewers. And I'm leaning towards this point just not doing any monument seeds. I think that's probably in everyone's best interest. They're interesting, everyone after they're done with the monument seed, they're like, yeah, it's interesting. It's a bit slower. It's kind of a different change of pace, kind of cool. But yeah, when you're playing for money, no one wants to practice a strategy that you're only playing 10% of the time. It's just not a good use of time. So
yeah, being eliminated on, especially if it was to be an elimination match, to go out and feel like if you'd been given a strategy that fell into the majority of what you practiced, you would have been able to contest, wouldn't be a good feeling. I do want to say that's interesting how Automatt has started out here. He opted for the no tools, so he punched out trees completely, got 2 boats, so preparing 1 for the piglins and 1 for himself, and now is just traveling out into the ocean, whereas we saw Eli instantly go to a tree, instantly get tools, and then hit the ocean as fast as possible. So I'd say off of early pace, I think Eli has a better start here.
yeah, I like having extra wood. The poles already. The wood axe, which just makes it so if you ever need to break your boat or crafting table to move around, it's faster. So I don't know. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, I kind of like Eli's start. It's more classical, but we'll see. I mean, maybe Matt doesn't have to break his boat at all. Doesn't have any use for any extra wood, and we've seen a lot of runners forget that you could just get your wood all in the nether. There's really no reason after you have a boat to get your wood in the overworld. Crimson has trees everywhere, and people just kind of forget it, so probably doing that.
Just getting everything that he needs from that shipwreck there. 15 bread, more than enough for a run of this length, and full iron tools will set him up perfectly for the rest of this. Meanwhile, Eli's end, bit more scuffed, but essentially the same outcome. And I do believe, since they're leaving at a similar time, they're at essentially the same distance.
All right, Eli's monument is rendering in. If that's the monument he's choosing to do, I do not know why you would choose to render it in and give yourself the option of being mining fatigued, as we see Matt probably getting a snippet of the monument and then lowering his render distance. So that Guardian is not going to be rendered in. But yeah, if Eli goes for this monument, I don't know. Maybe there's probably a second one. I mean, oceans are pretty big. Oh, I hope he does. We haven't seen a mining fatigue yet. Is this gonna be our first mining fatigue of the tournament?
He's got to be going past
He's going
it
for
at this
it,
point.
definitely.
There is no way he's... I can understand gambling a bit on the RD if you're further away, but he's going for this. The absolute not even lowering it when he gets
Wait, all
closer.
three of them are rendered in. Wait, Eli. Oh, now he does it. One of those Guardians is still rendered in. That Guardian is on a 60-second timer, and he didn't check the positions. He doesn't know where the gold is. He's getting beat up. Matt is just out. Eli could get easily mining fatigued here. There's a random 60-second timer. It's been like 30 seconds.
Finally manages to find his gold source, but that definitely speaks to the inexperience that we were talking about with people running this strategy that is far from the mainstream at the moment.
Wow. It looks like he's gonna make it out of there. It is true that when you lower your render distance at the monument, the Guardian is 50-50 rendered out, and so he might have got that 50-50 chance and not had to deal with it. But that was a high risk, and we see Automatt already in the end portal room at 5 minutes in. That end portal room is very close to the monument, so easy nether entry. A lot of runners know how to make this quick portal in the portal room, so no nether travel for this one, Sag. But hey, 5-minute nether entry at the portal room is very nice.
Yeah, definitely the sort of thing that you could only expect in a tournament like this. Not the sort of thing you'll see a lot of people playing for on their normal RSG runs, but should be pretty hype. I believe his entry was a little bit of a distance from the fortress, so we'll have a bit of travel time here, but hopefully should let him locate the piglins that he needs.
Yeah, not entering in at lower D, which is maybe a good choice. I don't know exactly how far the fortress is. It lets you see things like hoglins over a hill or something too when you have normal render distance. And if you have some distance to trek, maybe you don't want to be spawning in piglins quickly. But I think Matt actually used 4 gold for the boots. A little safer travel around the terrain, and having checked trades, he probably knows he doesn't need that last 4 gold. So we'll see if he can get piglins.
We'll spot a group of 3 here, likely going to do the boat setup. Could even potentially, since he's already at the stronghold, could do double boat here.
He's doing boat on block, which is very nice. There's no slab though, so that baby piglin is still going to be able to reach that gold, just barely. Yeah, so he's going to go kill him. But the elevated gold makes it just that little bit easier for piglins that spawn in the area to come back and trade. Oh, and he's got the 2 boats, right? Oh, kind of cool. Kind of nice setup.
Good to see. Especially since he did all of his travel early. My initial assumption was that the double boat was for the... He's actually going to stick around for the trades from the looks of it, and use that time to prep wood. But my initial assumption with the double boat was that he would use that in an earlier never, be able to leave the boat behind with the piglins in it and still have a boat for the rest of his travel. But instead opting to increase the number of piglins he has trading.
Yeah, I've thought of 2 boats before. It's one for trades and one for leaving on your way out. But yeah, why not use both of them to trade? Why not? Yeah, and I don't know what Eli's been doing. I've been kind of watching. I have no idea where Eli is.
I also have no idea, but he made golden carrots, which good food source.
True, yeah.
I believe he actually looks like he's chunked through most of the bread that he initially got.
I feel like they went to the same monument that's right next to an ocean exposed. Yeah, Eli saw the ocean exposed stronghold first, actually. So,
Going to be opting for the lava ravine entry as Automatt makes his way into the fortress. Knows that the blaze spawner was in a weird middle section. So, going to be hunting for that as he does have his lineup correct.
And...
Oh, he hung around at the trades for fire res.
Yes. Yeah, I think he got about 6 or so trades, and we saw that trading order giving about 7 fire resistance potions, so he gets one right off the bat as he's going to be comfortably mining out the spawner with a gold pick and a fire res potion with 3 piglins trading. Very good pace. The blaze ray drops are very good, and Eli entering sub 9, but very far behind.
Yeah, definitely be interested to compare these routes with more of an intimate knowledge of the seed. But overall, we can see that Eli gonna have to be bridging across a lava lake, doesn't have his trading setup done yet, as on the other hand, Automatt is pretty close to being done. If I recall his rates correctly, he'll need 1 more set of spawns after this.
Yeah,
but
pretty close to
being done. Eli opting for a whole no boat strategy here. So as you can see, definitely not comfortable with this strategy of play.
Yeah, and the piglin AI is set to, if the number of piglins outnumbers the number of hoglins by a set number, they go attack. So he's lost 1 piglin to a hoglin hunt. Oh, jeez. Yeah, and once you mine out this hole, you just cannot get that bow in there very easily. It's
suffocating one of the piglins.
Yeah, that's why.
Looks like he's trying to balance that gold correctly, but does have his trading hole set up. Will be able to make his way over to the fortress here. But on the other side, we do see Matt making his way back, looking for his trading section. Should just be over the hill here. No, it's around the corner. But should be through all the gold there, and he should be able to just get into an end entry pretty quickly.
Yeah, 11 minutes. Hopefully we see maybe a sub 12 end entry. Sad that you're more restricted on end fight strategies and monuments. Monuments are already hard enough, but you don't even have the option for bow and arrow, sadly, so you're just gonna have to wait and leave it up to RNG for the end fight. But at such a comfortable lead, there's almost no way, unless Automatt takes a death, that he'll be losing this one. Very impressive scouting and monument play from Automatt.
Well, what I'm not quite sure of here, I believe that I only saw half stack of string in his inventory. It is only half stack of string in his inventory. That's not going to be enough for killing the dragon.
All of these, so yeah, someone asked in chat, is there a guaranteed drop rate pack? Yes, there's a data pack that gives runners the same drops. They are guaranteed on a monument seed, at least 16 inner pearls and at least 4 bed/anchors. They are not guaranteed any more than 4 bed/anchors.
He can't kill the dragon here.
Does he have...
No, he can't make an anchor.
Why doesn't he
has not checked that he actually has the functionality. What he did was he traded in 8 gold blocks, and then took that as the basis. But what he didn't realize was in that trade order, enough string for beds was the end of the trade cycle.
Yeah.
So the fact that he made boots and a pickaxe meant that he did not get the string trades. So he's going to be forced to reset here. He has no way to kill the dragon.
Wow. Yeah, making 4 gold into boots and 1 gold in his inventory. I guess that was it. So the 8 gold blocks are guaranteed to give you 4 beds/anchors. He only had 2 beds, I think.
Well, in his first check, he did have over a stack of string, so he was completely fine on it.
Gold pick as well.
Yeah, did opt for the gold pick to mine out the spawner also. But
Wow.
it's just an oversight error. He didn't check that he had what was necessary before entering the end. Worked on the assumption that because he checked the barters, he was going to be in the clear, but ended up coming back to bite him there as he didn't realize what order the trades actually came in.
Wow, and all of a sudden, this match is a lot closer, and I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. I still think Automatt is in the lead. I know it sounds weird, but all he needs to do is dolphin back to the stronghold, which should take 2 minutes. It is minimum distance, almost full ocean, and he's already filled in the eyes at the portal where Eli, we have no idea where he went, and he's in a ravine. He's not even at the end portal yet, so...
Well, I think the counterpoint there would be that you do need the beds on Automatt's side, but already getting good RNG on the sheep on the spawn island, so being able to crit that out, I don't think I quite agree. I think that the travel definitely still puts a couple of minutes on what we can expect from Automatt.
Okay.
But Eli gonna be lavering out some hoglins here. Not going to be dying as it. Gonna kill the piglins and should be fine to just collect everything here and make an entry pretty soonish. With it being ocean exposed, very easy to locate, shouldn't have any issues there, and can just get in at a good amount of time.
Yeah, and we see, I believe, 51 string from Eli, so that's going to be a comfy 4 beds. Probably enough for 2 anchors if I had to guess, but, you know, this is the top 32 runners in the world, pretty much. And so I feel like they're probably very confident with 4 bed acts. I mean, it's definitely not automatic, not 100%. But, you know, I feel like the sentiment, if you can't hit a 4 bed, you don't deserve it. A lot of these runners play by that. So should be good with their 4 beds.
As an expert on end cycling, I do feel like they... It's better to play for the worst case scenario.
That's true.
Obviously not something that's particularly pertinent in this run, but I do believe that the bow and arrow strategy definitely playing towards the average is stronger, as Eli was right next to the stronghold, so we'll be able to enter very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I like the meme that Automatt is doing right now, looking down at the boat, but honestly, if you put your render distance to 3, or probably 3 is optimal, you can spot a dolphin within 10-15 seconds almost every time. And his travel, I mean, that would shave off many seconds. He would be much closer to the stronghold. So I don't like how he's not using dolphins. There's a dolphin right there. Yeah, I don't like just ignoring dolphins the entire ocean travel. I feel like that's too much of a time loss.
Does look actually, I believe it's at the portal room. Yeah, that's the portal room in the border there, so he should be entering soon.
Yeah, so Eli getting in maybe 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds sooner, and that's an instant perch. Wow. See if he can 4-bed. He doesn't have anchors prepped. Looks like good dragon height. Yep. Dragon rotates. Oh, those are solid bed hits on the opposite side, though.
Should be fine to clear this up with the axe here. That health bar is definitely within range. As we should see Eliborate take map 1.
Wow. Oh, Automatt has to bridge with...
Oh, that's upsetting.
I can't even do it. He has to bridge with... Whoa, no.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, it didn't even matter. I can't believe that. Wow. Eli sneaking one out over Automatt from a couple trades. We'll unmute him here.
Oh, that is...
All right, welcome back to the booth, gentlemen. Kind of a tragic run, I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Automatt had such an impressive monument run. Did everything right except got to the end and it didn't have enough string. I think the string was just like the last trades.
Wait, I checked all my trades before in the scouting phase, and I guess I didn't pick up everything. That was unfortunate.
Wait. When did you enter the end?
I don't know, 13 minutes maybe.
Oh,
it was like 12. It was like really. Yeah,
oh my god.
Really fast.
Wow.
Yeah, his just scouting and and play was really good. His piglin setup was very quick, but I think making gold boots and a gold pick, and there was like 1 gold left over. I think honestly, like a couple more trades, and he had it. That was crazy. So.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I played like real safe. Go ahead.
I was about to get 1 golden block from this ruined portal, but I forget, but that's maybe why this. Yeah, that could be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but GG's.
GG's. Oof.
Yeah. GG's. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Can we have a Bastion seed now, please?
Yes, please.
No, this
The
is gonna
Bastion
be your
seed.
second monument seed. I'm changing it.
Oh, let's go! Love
it. We'll be back with a cozy village bastion seed after this. We'll get the runner set up for season number 2. We'll be right back. See you in a bit, chat. All right, welcome back, everyone. After that quick intermission, we are on to seed number 2 of Automatt versus Eliborate here. Eli taking monument seed on the first one, and this is going to be a village and a bastion. Should be a fun one. Should be more what we're used to. So, with that being said, you can start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. They're mute and deafened. Very good. Thank you for doing the prediction.
Have they started the next one?
Yeah, Alan, do you wanna try to start the next one? Do you want to figure out how to do it? I could do it, but Spike is also here. Spike is reaping the benefits of getting the points because he doesn't want to start the prediction. He's doing the He wants the.
I'm also here, but I'm commentating. I can't do that.
All right. So this is a village bastion seed. This one's not the greatest village. I'm gonna be honest. It's an interesting one though. I like interesting more than crazy fast. So there's several choices. There's a lot of choices in this seed. First off, there's a choice between a closer taiga village, which obviously has its benefits and downsides, and there's a further plains village, which we see Eli checking out right now. None of them have a really particularly good blacksmith. There's no extra iron. There's not very much, but the plains village further away has easy access to this lava pool, and the taiga village closer, maybe a harder lava access, but the chests in taiga villages have some interesting stuff that can sometimes accelerate your run. I mean, there's enough bread for food in there, and there's apples and wood in those chests. So I don't know. How do you feel about this overworld, Ben? What would you do based on what you've seen so far?
My instinct initially draws me towards the Plains Village. I think that in terms of what the village can offer you, if you're going to go pure village and with no caving, then you want an emerald source pre-given to you within the village. I could see on Automatt's end, I believe, he was checking through all of the chests of the Tiger Village, and there was only 2 emeralds, which would mean that you would need some other way to supplement that income to be able to do COD strats, which I don't think is which I think might be the better option if you want to go for that village. If you're not going to do that strategy, then I think that the Plains Village is much better. You get the clean food source, easy bed access. People are much more comfortable and much more familiar with the housing layout of Plains Villages comparatively. And there still even might be the chance of emeralds in some of those houses as well. We're yet to see.
Yeah, I'm still, I don't know, I'm still 50-50 on COD strats. I mean, at times it's really good. At times it really does help out, but a lot of times, especially if you can get a furnace or blast furnace from a plains house, and we see Matt using the replace iron ore with chests, so he can very easily see iron ore directly beneath the ground. Honestly, a lot of times it's just faster to smelt, go in, mine some iron, get going on a furnace, get your beds and food, and then just leave once the iron's done. Even do a golem skip. Golem is a 20-second time loss, so sometimes it's just better to mine iron. We see Eli finding a cave with very easy iron there. So a lot of different options. I don't expect him to do the same thing here. And we see both players checking out the nether briefly here. They do spawn very close to a fortress. It's very open. It's crimson, so kind of a difficult one. Oh, there is a blacksmith there. Is that the close village?
That's a different village, I believe.
That's...
Yeah, he's flown across the
I see.
Across the river.
Further.
3 diamonds.
Wow.
Honestly, that might be worth it, because I believe there was also enough iron in there. Because that would mean that you can ignore golem, ignore caving. You can run straight there, instantly get pickaxe and tools, and you also have a decent proximity enter. That village might be the play here, at least for what we've seen from Eli.
That's about 400 blocks away, so that is a serious time sink, but be interested to see. That blacksmith does look really good. I did not check that. Automatt, very interesting strategy. I've definitely liked the summon area effect cloud command. It could do what he's doing much faster and much easier, but that's a really funny way to guarantee that you only have adult piglins. That's hilarious. That is great.
Gonna be... Has the preset hotbar again, gonna be making use of that. The children can steal it through the corner though. So potentially not the most flawless data here that he's gonna be getting. As more children will come in. As we all know, children are leeches that exist to take away any sense of joy in your run.
It is true. What an accurate metaphor for life, huh?
Oh, I would never comment on real life, but definitely in the case of baby piglins.
I see. What's the worst baby mob in this game? They're all so bad. Like the baby aggressive mobs are all like they're terrible. Baby zombies, pretty bad.
I would have to say purely because of hit delay, it would have to be baby zombies. Because
Yeah.
of the fact that they are such a pain with the hitbox and with the movement.
Baby trident drowned. Those are pretty tough. Yeah, dude. If a baby zombie is chasing you in like an area where there's grass, just give up, dude. Your run's dead. Like you just axe and you hit the grass and break it, and they just hit you. They're invulnerable.
Looks like on Automatt's end it will be Extreme Hill Stronghold. Like, so a bit more, if you do fail the calculated travel is the term for this, I think.
I think we're going scouted travel.
Scouted travel?
Yeah.
Well, if you end up failing that, then you do get... Oh, sorry, I don't know, something that I'll loop back to in a second. Then you will have to dig down quite a way. Y31, starting from, you know, just about 10-20 blocks up, all of it stone. There'll be a bit of a time loss. But what I noticed on Eli's end is that it is actually... I was incorrect about the amount of iron that I saw. So it's 3 diamonds and 3 iron.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to... If he chooses the blacksmith route, he's going to need to get an extra iron source from somewhere, or opt for woodlit, which would be a very bold choice.
I really like woodlit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Too many times have I stressed to get 1 extra iron and my 25 gravel to get that flint, and I'm like, dude, woodlight is an average of like 10 seconds. I'll just leave some stuff uncrafted and do the plank setup when you start to make the portal, and just do woodlight, and then craft my stuff, and then it's lit. I honestly really like woodlight. I would do diamond pick and bucket. So that's just me though, maybe.
Well, as we saw with the monument seed last time, and especially with the fact that it was the monument seed last, I do expect to see runners playing more towards their comfort, doing things that they do frequently in their everyday runs, even if it takes them slightly out of their way in this tournament context. So I would not be surprised by any means to see him hunt for that extra iron, potentially kill the golem, something along those lines.
And we saw Automatt checking blaze rod drops. Looked like an amazing like 5 for 6 on the first blaze kills, and then it was like 1 for 6. The last one dropped, so I think it's like a 6 for 12. But that last blaze rod is incredibly painful.
Ending at the necessary 50-50.
Yep.
Would you have opted for the Tiger Village on this seed? Would you see that both runners definitely leaning towards the Plains Villages?
I think.
Do you think that this is a mistake on their end, or just a difference in priorities?
I think the lava pool would sell the Plains Village to me. If there was a close underground lava pool with the taiga, I would do taiga. I like different strategies. I really do. So any option I have of doing something differently than someone else, I just take it. I don't know. Call me a rebel, Ben. I just like doing stuff different.
On your tombstone will be, he wasn't like the other girls.
he's so quirky. He wasn't like the other girls. But I mean, Taiga Villages offers free wood. Like, you know, you forget about that time loss mining 3 logs by hand at the start of the run. Go to a Taiga Village, open a chest, done. Bread and chests, different colored beds. Who cares? The bed colors are even cooler in Taiga Villages. Hands down, the coolest bed colors of any village biome. So it's got its ups and downs, and I think that one was an easy iron golem kill. If there was a close lava pool, I would have liked to do taiga, but the plains does look easier, and probably in the long run a little bit faster nether tree.
Yeah, I do believe that both players have different entry points. I think that Matt's takes him a little distance away from, well, it spawns him next to the fortress, and he has opted to run the distance to the bastion and then double back to the fortress, which I think I do agree with in this context, but potentially could have looked for a different entry that put him closer to the fortress. So we'll see how that works out, comparatively.
Yep, we see here start of C2, both runners taking off towards their respective villages. There were 2 village options in this one that I saw. The close Taiga OK village and the medium distance Plains village with no blacksmith, but Eli has actually spotted a 3rd village even further away with a cool blacksmith. So I think it's going to take him a considerable amount of time to get here. So I'm really curious if this pays off. Do you... I don't know. How much time do you think would be worth it for this extra village, Ben?
I think given... We could see on Automatt's end, even with the Ender Chest Iron Command, it didn't look like he had a convenient way to source his iron. And the fact that he can run straight to the blacksmith and immediately get a diamond pick, and it's not far from the overall entry point, from an entry point that works quite well. I think that I actually do prefer Eli's take here. Don't have to wait for smelting in any way. But okay, never mind.
Never mind. Terrible decision putting the crafting table on.
I think it's your turn to talk now. I've got nothing else to say after that.
I'm gonna be honest, I do something just like that like 4 times every single time I speedrun. And these players are very good at not making these tiny mistakes like that. It's so funny when you see top runners do like, oh yeah, you don't want to put that crafting table. I'm sure it's a misclick, but it's so funny when it happens to someone else, you know? Getting a hoe here. I don't know if I agree with the hoe. I don't know if, getting hit by the golem too. He's a little close to that ledge. Eli living life on the edge here.
I'd agree with the hoe if he used it as the block to kill the golem with. But due to the fact that he ended up using wood, not an overall fan of that. But as we can see, he did go for the extra iron instead of the woodlit. Not quite sure what drop he got there, but maybe gonna be able to get an axe, which not really a time save. Maybe. I'm not quite sure what else you could do with the extra, since he already has the diamond pick, but be interesting to see if he makes any use of that. It does have the 5 overall.
A little fun fact with hoes and swords. Hoes, if you're getting about 5 hay bales or less, it's time efficient to just not get a hoe and just mine it by hand. And if I told you, Ben, that swords actually mine beds and hay bales faster than by just hand, would you believe me? Does that sound believable, or does that sound fake to you?
It sounds believable. It sounds believable, but I don't think it's true.
Someone told me that when I was playing 114. They're like, oh, use a sword to get the hay bales, because like sometimes you need a lot of emeralds, you get a lot of hay in 114 or 115. And I'm like, use a sword? What are you talking about? Like, there's no way it mines it faster. And I looked it up, and they made that change in 116. Swords mine beds and hay bales 20% faster in 116. Is that crazy?
The more you know.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, that's actually not made up. That's actually true. So yeah, both entering Nether about the same time. Eli maybe a little bit sooner, which is cool because he did spend an entire minute getting to that extra village, and now he has a diamond pick to show for it. But he's actually boating away from the fortress, not doing fortress first, even though he spawns on top of it.
Yeah, definitely an interesting decision, but I guess just if your force of habit is to blind from the spawner, well, to scout from the spawner, then it can be a bit of a rough habit to kick, even if you have the potential. What I would have liked to see on the side of Eli is getting over to Lava Pool faster and setting up woodlit whilst he cut trees so that he had building blocks and prep or more beds if he so chooses. Does already have a couple on his end from his village though.
And we see both runners doing a Ninja Brain based upper treasure route. I really like the armorless route that Automatt is doing. I know people like doing this. I think Eli's probably going to do it. You make the gold pick and the gold armor here. I love getting trade. My number one priority in a Bastion is get that gold trading quickly. That is the biggest time lock that you have to deal with a Bastion. And if you're running up with 2 gold blocks mined, you can just trade a couple with piglins, sword piglins that aggro to you, and then get your gold traded right away. Of course, maybe you have to make a gold pick or gold armor later, but you're likely to get gold armor out of that chest. Gold picks are nice, but honestly, it's not that crazy of a time save. It's much more of a time save at the fortress. So I really like the gold armorless route that Matt is doing. I prefer that one.
Well, also definitely getting the better of the Bastion split. They both were approaching this fortress at a similar rate, but the stronghold at a similar... the Bastion! Third time's the charm. The Bastion at a similar rate. And he has definitely, especially with similar routing, executed it faster to the point where he has a slight lead over this.
And yeah, Hamma just pointing out in chat, Scouted Travel is right next to the fortress. I guess that's a good point. If
well, that's because they checked it right next to the fortress.
That's true. They could have done another one. I mean, I've gotten used to now, because I can check everything much faster. I've gotten used to checking 2 or 3 strongholds pretty much every single run that I try to do a scout and run. So checking next to Bastion, Fortress, in between, maybe just find all 3 right off the bat, see how many eyes are in each of them. If it's next to Bastion, you can always Pearl Hang or do Bastion second. So Bastion is always, you have more options to check stronghold from that structure. And both runners leaving about the same time. Automatt, we see, was in Nether later, but is now at Fortress first. I think just a little bit faster Bastion routing.
Yeah, just nice Bastion routing, nice movement with the pearls as well, opting to do the pearl up to the side and clutch it. On the other hand, Eli using gravel, so didn't particularly have the same option there.
Oh, that's a lot of scouts, dude. Oh, wow.
I believe that Automatt did get 2 beds from the village, didn't quite catch his string count, but I believe somebody in chat pointed out that he picked up a crossbow. So not risking having that losing that wing condition on end entry this time round, as he falls off. Not quite sure what happened there.
Check the wiki. Swords are faster. Yeah, swords are faster for melons, vines, or hay. I was pretty sure it was beds. It might be on the bed wiki entry article. It was actually hard to find. Like, figuring out what a sword breaks faster is actually like a challenge. Like, someone said it and it took me like 10 minutes to actually verify it. So maybe swords breaking beds is actually a previous version. Maybe 116 is just swords on hay. God, I don't know, dude. They make so many stupid changes like that, dude. I don't know. It does mine hay bales faster though. Swords mine hay bales faster. I think it's 20% faster.
Variety is the spice of life. Matt does manage to finally complete his bridge here between the 2 spawners to allow himself to get the most efficient spawning setup. But on the other side, Eli just opting for the single spawner, gonna go across the other one to try to finish off his total. Does have 5 right now, 6 obviously the maximum you need in a scouted seed.
Oh yeah, Automatt.
That fall down has cost Matt most of his time and most of his lead.
We see now he is out, and we know that Eli still has a ways to go to get that last rod. It does take about 5 or 6 blazes. So yeah, Matt is doing pretty solid here. Did have a bridge to activate 2 spawners at the same time, and faster fortress split, faster bastion split is going to make up for it. He's going to be out sooner.
Yeah, does get the perfect scout travel as well, and will be able to make it in. I'm not a fan of what Eli did overall there. He was hopping between the spawners and didn't keep one permanently active. There is obviously a small cooldown between when a spawner can activate again, but after a certain point, it doesn't matter if you're traveling between spawners. I think traveling to a different spawner is only worth it if that spawner has not yet been activated and you're guaranteed the instant spawn.
Yeah, definitely. And Automatt, you love to see. Ooh, okay. Yes, you love to see it. Using soul sands to widen his kind of FOV. It actually does make the crossbow shots a little bit easier. I haven't seen this strategy yet, but he is taking down crystals very quickly. That's really nice. And this dragon is wasting no time shooting him. That's one of the issues, is because the dragon, he's in the center, so the dragon's shooting him every time he shoots a crossbow shot. And yeah, taking out 8 crystals, that's probably going to be it. I don't expect him to go for the cages. Go back here, go far enough away. With 8 crystals down, the dragon should be very likely to perch in the next 30 seconds, almost guaranteed in the next minute. So hopefully he gets that. And we see Eli setting up the nether exit here.
Yeah, it looks like he has a different exit spot
And
here.
there's the perch. Automatt crystal strategy paying off. Very cool way to take down those crystals. Ooh, blocking that damage though on the first bed, I think.
Very, very clean second one, though.
Yeah.
Clutched it out to be able to give him the 5 bed.
Very cool end fight strategy. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
That's the variation you've been wanting. And it worked out with your execution.
Thank you, Automatt. Thank you. And yeah, we'll bring the runners back in. Sub 12. Very solid. All right. Welcome back to the booth, runners. Congrats to Automatt for taking a very nice, a very clean seed 2.
Yay!
Hey, GG's.
Did you like my arrows, T1?
I did. Oh,
I knew it. I knew it. Like it. That was for you, man. That was
what
for you.
a cool strategy. We haven't seen that, and paying off, taking down 8 crystals, getting a perch almost immediately. Oh, I love it. I do love it.
I forgot my obsidian in the bastion.
Oh no!
So Eli actually finding a village that's even further that I didn't even see, that had a blacksmith with 3 diamonds and 3 iron, and he actually got nether about 30 seconds faster. But then Automatt has crazy good bastion and fortress splits, so he got an end pretty quick.
GG's.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see this village now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did not see that in scouting, but Eli.
What?
Hey,
Which village actually was intended? This spruce one, or just
It was supposed to be a choice between the closer spruce or the further plains. I think the further plains was a bit better choice, because the lava pool is close too.
There is
Lava
a
pool.
variety of lava pools.
Yeah, there's a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. It is all tied up 1-1. You know what that means, chat? It's going to be a spicy. This is an extra spicy tiebreaker seed. We'll give him the 3rd seed. You won't want to miss this one. We'll be right back. I'll see you in a bit, chat. All right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm very excited. We have it tied up. We're going to a tiebreaker seed, Automatt versus Eliborate here. It's going to be a little bit of a spicy one. I asked for some seed predictions in chat about what the seed is going to be. No one got it right. No one got it right so far, so we'll see. And with that, you guys can scout in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, they're muted and deafened. Any guesses, Ben, before we see it?
I really appreciate the Iceboat Racetrack Stronghold. I just really like that guess. I know it's not true, but of course it's this.
Of course! You love this spicy. You know I had to give Automatt. You didn't watch the whole video? No way. Automatt didn't watch the video. Oh my gosh, no. Why would you not watch the Mansion video when you're playing in a tournament hosted by T-Wag? Oh, well, man.
See, some of you may or may not know, but literally yesterday, I scouted a Mansion seed that I randomly found. And let me tell you, it was an awful experience.
It's because, did you watch the video?
I did.
That's
click
why
on the
it was
video.
an awful experience, because you don't know your rooms. We see Matt, there are 3 rooms in this mansion. We see Matt going through the first valuable one, the tree cutting room, chat. That's right. Everyone knows about the tree cutting room. Matt, that's not a valuable room. I went through all 16 of these in my video. How does he not? That's a fake room. The tree cutting room has an iron axe with efficiency 1. Everyone knows that. And there's another 2 rooms in the mansion. One of them has a bucket for free and free iron.
Oh, goodness. Well, see, the issue that I encountered personally when I was running this seed, well, not this seed, when I was running a mansion seed, is the mobs hurt. So you do want to try to access rooms that you can hit from the outside. So you can just dig through a wall and get access to specifically what you need. So I don't think that the centered tree cutting room that you are such a very valid fan of is the correct decision in this.
Oh, Ben, how silly, how wrong you are. You've never been more wrong in your life, Ben. We should play this seed, and I will destroy you by getting this efficiency out. Well, okay, no, you are correct. The mobs are absolutely terrible, but the first room in this mansion, which usually there are very few mobs in the very entryway, the first room has a bucket. It is a checkerboard room. It has a free bucket. As long as you know what it looks like, it is very easily identifiable. And the room next door is the tree cutting room. You don't have to go in the tree cutting room. It's a little scary. As we see Eli checking, that chest has 2 pig steps in it. You saw that, right? That bridge chest has 2 pig steps in a single chest.
That would have been valuable enough to call this a spicy scene. You're just giving so much here to these runners.
But yeah, this, even if you avoid the mansion, we see this room portal right here is actually completable. It has 3 obsidian spots missing, and there's 3 lava. It also has a good amount of iron. It has 4 iron and a flint and steel in it. So this seed is actually cracked. If you did the mansion, got the free bucket, and then went to this ruin portal, you'd have iron pick as well. You'd just be good to go. Like, this seed is actually crazy. But I feel like we're not going to see the iron pick, and we're going to have to mine for iron here, so, or the bucket.
I do not believe that I've seen either runner spot the bucket that is available in the
It's the first room. It's checkerboard room.
Okay, you know that. I know that because you've told me. But as we discussed in the previous monument seed, you don't inherently know these off-meta strategies.
Ben, you're in a tournament. The host
that's
is T-Wag. The host is T-Wag. What are you going to study before the match? Are you going to do your 200th Bridge Bastion route? No. You're going to watch the T-Wag meme mansion video, right?
I'd probably end up watching Igloo before I watch the man. Even though Igloo is...
I know. I don't expect him to do the mansion, but I did laboriously work very hard searching for hours for mansion seeds that are playable. I don't know if you know this, but mansions are typically garbage. And so it took me a lot of time to find a mansion seed that's actually valuable. So it's fine. If they don't do the mansion, that's fine. My feelings aren't hurt. It's just a couple hours of wasted time. That's fine. It's whatever. That's okay. Yeah, let's what's in this nether? I think there's only a bridge option, and then there's a buried fortress. I believe there's only 2 structures, so this one's going to be kind of straightforward. The overworld would be cool to see, but it's okay. It's okay.
Likely to be seeing dip route as well from the looks of it, since the shoulder route appears to be flooded, lava flooded, so likely not much variation on the routes there, purely just execution based.
How? I didn't see the lava on the shoulder side. Is it like impossible?
That would require a higher knowledge of the shoulder route than I have. I believe that any piglins that will have spawned in the lower section will have been flooded out and will therefore be a corpse. But actually, I think never mind, I'm pretty sure, I think I was looking on Automatt's end and he found a different bridge bastion.
Oh.
Because when he flew through that again, I don't believe I saw the lava. Either that or he blocked it off.
You might have. I only have written down there's 1 bridge and 1 fortress, but I don't know exactly. So should be a pretty quick seed. I think the only real difficulty in the seed is going to be the fortress is fairly buried, and so I think this could be a subtenable seed, just because the ruin portal is really nice. Like 4 iron, a light, and completable ruin portal is pretty solid off spawn. The bastion seems pretty easy, but I think the nether travel is probably, I'm just guessing, going to be pretty bad, because fortress is kind of gross to get to. So that's my guess.
I expect this to be a bit slower than you're predicting here. I think that the mansion obviously set up to not be a red herring, but kind of a red herring overall.
Sad. Very sad, but yeah.
Wasted a bit of time on both runners' ends to check it out. But the ruin portal as well, the fact that you're going to have to set up quite a spammed structure to try to fill in those individual blocks. It's not too simple to actually be doing that. And then you need to do caving, and then you also have to consider the food source.
I don't know if you have to be caving, though. That's what I'm thinking. If I see a ruin portal with 4 iron and a light, I'm immediately heading to nether and checking the bridge bastion chests and starting on the chest side. Or if I spawn fortress first, I'm checking fortress chest, because there's a very good likelihood there's going to be 2 iron in the bastion. I don't know if we saw it, but I think you might be able to just skip caving, to be honest.
I was keeping a decent eye on it, and I don't believe... Nice travel from Matt there. I don't believe that I saw any of the... any iron in the chests when he was flying through. So I think we might be seeing cave there. As you see the double pig step. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is no iron here. He checked through the chests.
Dang, man, you're gonna have to go caving. If only there was something en route to the ruin portal that gave you some source of iron. Dang. Man, this could be such a fast seed. Why didn't we give them something that they could just grab, like out of a chest? Oh, this could be really good. Shoot. Sucks.
Well, failure on the side of the organizers there, not providing a straightforward enough seed. But we do see that Eli did his first attempt at hitting the portal room, failed it, ended up on surface, looking for a second attempt here.
That does look like very good scouted travel on the fortress. This fortress is a lot more open.
Eli is using his ender chest, so definitely needs that iron.
Unfortunate. This is the second ruin portal he's scouted out too, next to this witch's hut. Dude, I'm kind of terrified of witches, dude. I don't know. It's just the witch spawns inside the hut and kind of stays there, I think.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I never ever deal with witch's hut, but that ruined portal is like 10 blocks diagonally away from that witch's house. Yeah, that is very close. I don't know, dude. If you get poisoned from a witch, that is a massive time loss. That would suck. I don't know if they stay. Do they stay inside, chat? Do we know? Do witches like stay inside the hut and you're totally fine? We might find out as time's running out here. Let's hope they're good.
Yeah, I think we will definitely see some difference in strategies here. I think Automatt definitely going to be going for the caving aspect. I believe we'll see the same on Eli, but potentially different portal entries due to the fact that he spotted the one in the swamp. Looked like he was preparing around it as well. So we'll see different entry points, which means different routing, which means more variation, which is better for the viewers.
Definitely true. And yeah, apparently Automatt left a comment on my mansion video saying, now I will never skip mansions in my runs. Maybe that's why I subconsciously gave them this seed. I vaguely remember that. Maybe that's why I chose it. That in that case, I'm incredibly disappointed. But yeah, I guess witches do roam outside their huts. So I'm actually ready to see Automatt go for this room portal and get poisoned. I kind of want to see it now. Instead of going to mansion, going to a witch's hut and getting poisoned.
On Eli's side, has picked up the dandelions, obviously at this point. Pretty standard knowledge for the tournament, but suspicious stew. When you craft a mushroom stew with a dandelion, it creates a suspicious stew that gives the added effect of saturation. So, definitely one of the best food sources in the game.
Very nice. Very easy to finish a complete 10 or 15 minute run purely just with 4 dandelion suspicious stews. Is that good? And we see Automatt approaching this swamp ruined portal. Saw the black cat right away. There's a black cat that always spawns in a little swamp hut, but not seeing the witch. Unfortunate. Looks like he'll be okay. Won't be poisoned today. And we see Eli going for a second, the other rune portal, which I thought was kind of better. So making iron pick first, keeping 1 iron left over, and gonna make bucket. Caving for a bucket instead of mansion. I'll stop. It's okay. Stop. Sorry.
Move on, Wags. Move on.
Oh, the witch. Where's the witch?
Did it get aggroed? I don't believe so. He's not paying attention to it at the very least. But gonna be going for flint and stealing pigs for the food source on his end. The witch definitely didn't aggro there, but I think that this is a really nice route on the side of Matt. He found iron right underneath the portal with the gold pick and the completable portal and the light set up for you. You can completely skip bucket and only have to smelt 3 iron for the pickaxe. So a bit of time spent to get food, perhaps a bit of wood as well for himself in the future, and can enter Nether at a really nice pace.
Yeah, who would have thought this seed, the 2 different routes would just be 1 rune portal or a different rune portal. I did not even see this second one. That's kind of nuts. They're both going to be entering with almost the same strategy, but from completely different rune portals. I think they went just 2 separate ways. Oh, Eli's not going for it. He still has to get food. Oh, Matt in a huge lead then. Yeah, well.
Yeah, interesting to see that he spent the time to pick up the dandelions, but then still opts for the flint and steel kill on the animals. I think I would have, unless there's a string issue, maybe. Like obviously favoring the sheep here, even though mutton does give less saturation.
Yeah.
So maybe there was a string shortage where he checked the trades and prefers that, but overall interesting decision.
Automatt doing some risky parkour here. One misstep is just completely the end of the run here, maybe. So making it, getting to this goal. It's about 4 minutes. Pretty solid pace. This fortress was more open than I thought. So for sub 10 pace, you kind of want to be looking at a 3-minute bastion enter, but 4 minute is not bad at all. I don't think either runner checked the trades. I don't know how long this is going to take.
Eli did.
Oh, we did.
I believe. Yeah, Eli definitely did. I don't quite remember what the outcome was, but we will see Automatt having to play around the Hoglin here, likely just going over the top and then defaulting into the dip route. Would be surprised if we saw anything else right now, as we are going to see something else. Opening up, going to be doing the shoulder route.
Oh, just okay. It's not bad. I actually prefer simple piglin hole in the right shoulder route as opposed to the going down below and doing the Dowski shoulder. I think there's too many blocks placed and too many blocks mined. You get like 12 guys just right here, or you can go on the right ramparts. So I'm a big fan of this simple strategy. I mean, look, he's got like 14 dudes. You don't need to go to that shoulder, go all the way down, come all the way back up, do all this stuff. Sometimes simple is better, so I like it.
Not a fan of him taking the time there to push the one
That's true.
out. I feel like that's a little bit unnecessary. Skips over the pig step, so the run is invalid.
True.
But we will. I think. Yeah, I dislike the time spent getting that, but he will get almost all of his gold trade in. He's done. Like, that is an insane amount of picks that he managed to pick up there. All of his got the fire rares, only the one potentially wanting to wait for a second, as his wool count is fine, and this is overall just a really nice route coming out from Automatt.
Yep, showing us sometimes less is more, simpler is better. Just dig a hole right where you are, forehead. No need to do all this fancy stuff. Just as long as you're throwing gold in, you don't get hit anyway, so you don't even need the protection block above your head. So we see Automatt leaving as Eli is entering from the base of this bridge, not even up high like we saw Automatt. Oh! Yikes! Ooh!
Oh. Everybody can feel that.
Oh, I mean, that's Automatt making some risky pearls. Oh, it's a huge downside of having to enter bridge from below. Random Hoglin just so hard to get around. You have to bridge around it or lava it somehow, and he just yeets Eli off the edge. Eli takes a lava bath. All of his stuff is gone, and Automatt breezes through this bastion because he just entered from above. Never had that problem at all.
Yeah, as I set up earlier, the variation between the entry points actually just set up Automatt so much better to access the fortress. But he does appear to be lost here and not able to spot the.
Oh, never mind.
There it is.
Never mind. There's a spawner right there. A little exposed.
Immediately making me eat my words, but should get into these blazes quite quick. I believe the rates were pretty decent, so should be done quite quickly, prepping the route that he needs to move from here. Oh, never mind, actually, that's a second spawner there.
I never think of trying to activate a double spawner through a wall, but now that I think about it, it's such a simple little maneuver. But these spawners are so close, I think he can hear blaze spawns from both of them. And yeah, he can activate both of them there. Man, Matt, really impressive. really impressive. Also did the double spawner bridge, like bridging over to the other spawner on the last one. How is Matt on string? Yeah, he made it into wool. He actually has 23 wool and some extra strings, so Matt is great.
Yeah, perfectly comfortable on that count. I believe has some crimson planks as well to be able to craft it all, so shouldn't be seeing a bed shortage on his end. I believe picked up the arrows as well, but has what he needs and will be able to get out quite quickly here. And I think at this point We're waiting either for a mistake from Automatt or just to see what time he gets, because Eli needs that.
Doesn't blaze bed
Right.
both spawners. That's 2022 strategies. You get a double spawner and you blaze bed both of them. Yep. Yeah, we will see Automatt taking a leave from the Nether. Around 9.5 minutes. Great pace for how difficult this overworld is, and the Nether terrain. Really good. You said arrows. Does he have arrows in his inventory? Because I didn't spot him.
I believe I saw him looting arrows, but
Okay.
he does get the surface spawn, and it'll be interesting to see if he's prepped that. I believe
He
I saw him
does.
pick up
He
arrows.
does. He has
I
17.
can't quite tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Not quite sure if he left enough string to be able to make a bow, as I'm pretty sure there was not a crossbow there.
Yeah. That's so strange
But
that both runners, when they check their travel, they spawn in the overworld, even though they're at the lava of the Nether.
Well, it's especially interesting on the side of Automatt because he did completely check. Like, he fully checked and he landed perfectly in the portal room. But it looks like he's not going to be hitting it here. Maybe hearing it, we can't quite tell with no audio. But there is entities around, the mineshaft will allow him to travel a bit, but if he hasn't prepped for this scenario by noting down the coordinates of the actual spawner, he could be getting screwed here. As I'm noticing on Eli's end, he's not going for the completable portal and instead entering an underground one. I don't know whether he did that first time round, but that is an interesting decision.
I think he did. And he does have Frostwalker boots. Luckily his water froze after he was done with it. That's always terrible when you need to make a portal and you freeze your water into ice. Yeah, this is just a reminder for all you runners out there, all you kids. If you're doing scout and run, write down the coords of all the structures and the import room. It's very helpful. I think he did, because yeah, Matt just dug into that, so I think he did have the coords written down. Takes him a little bit to get here. Going to be about a minute time loss, but still in comfortable lead. Not sub 10 anyway, but it was pretty close. He was exiting around 10 minutes.
Yeah, the failure on scouted travel does cost him quite a bit there. Worst case situation, you can always multiply your scouted coords by 8 if you're really desperate.
Only in your head, though.
Only in your head? Of course.
That's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to do. All right. What strategy are we going to see? Just a high roll north-south. I like that Automatt is using the soul sand. He could have made bow and arrow. He did have a bunch of string. He does have 17 arrows, but going for the high roll strategy. If you're in a position where you think you're behind, it is actually better to just do this and wait and risk it. If you're in a position where you think you're ahead, you want to do bow and arrow. So it's possible he thinks, I messed up. It took me a minute to get to the portal room. I think I'm behind. I just need to hope the dragon purchase quickly or else I lose anyway. So maybe he's thinking that. Little does he know, he still has plenty of time.
I believe he actually only has the one piece of string, though, as well.
Yeah, I think he made them all into wool too quickly.
Yeah, he crafted it all. Checks the perch, is coming in here.
There you go.
Has, I believe, 7 beds hotbar, 1 in the back as well. But after the last cycle, I'd be surprised to see this fail. Beautiful second bed once again.
Very well played.
Close it out.
Nice 4+1. Automatt, to everyone's dismay, skipping the mansion, but still having an incredibly solid run. Very well played. And we will bring the runners back.
No mansion, no pig step. Gonna have to review that.
Yeah, all right, runners. Welcome back to the booth. Congrats to Automatt, but sadly, you may have won, but I think the crowd lost this one because neither runner even entered the mansion. Sag. But GG's.
Yeah.
GG's.
So I was thinking about it, but nah.
I only watched half of your video, T-Wag. I'm sorry.
If you go back, the first room, if you want to show everyone, the first room to the left, I think has a bucket. A free bucket, it's the checkerboard room. It's everyone's favorite, but that's okay. You guys actually went to completely different room portals in completely different directions, which was really cool. They were both really good portals.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, my first one, when I was trying to like get like the iron nuggets and everything, when I went for my like 2 more iron in the cave to smelt them, there's just so many mobs. And it was horrible, absolutely horrible. But then afterwards, for my, because I died. So my second, it was much cleaner because there's just no mobs at all. So not saying that it was anything at all. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. But I had fun.
Yeah,
that was fun. See, I was actually I didn't know which one to choose this ruin portal. I went for one which I didn't had to like create a bucket, I guess.
Yeah, it was really cool to see different routes. And honestly, Automatt was spawned in a high Y level, and so he dropped down to the bridge was very easy. And Eli, you spawned very low, and so you had to bridge up, and there was just a hoglin there that like you had to fight. And so that was
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so really cool. So we have to go to the next match. We have a match scheduled right now. It's Maljack versus the Blazer. So congrats to Automatt. You're now 2-0 in the bracket, right? And Eli, 0-2. Gotta win the next one, I think. I think you still
gotta win, man.
Aren't you like already out?
I don't know. It depends on how
your fate is out of your hands. The only thing you can do is win your match, but there is still a world where there can be a triple 1-2 tie.
We'll see.
Yes. Yeah.
There's always
which is something that we're looking for going into the next match. That's one of the potential outcomes. So we'll see how that works out.
All right, chat. We're late, so I'm gonna switch over, and we have Maljack versus Blazer rescheduled to today, but we will be back in a couple minutes. So don't go anywhere. Bye, chat.